Yeah. We're ready? Are we ready to go? All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Rapid City Legal and Finance Committee meeting for January 2nd, 2019. I'd like to start this meeting off with a roll call and determination of quorum. Please. Here. Okay. Now that a quorum has been established, I'd welcome a motion to adopt the agenda as presented, unless there's a committee member needing to add, modify, or remove any items on this agenda. Okay, we have a motion to adopt and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And let's move along. We're at our general public portion. Do we have any speaker requests? Okay, seeing none. It is now closed, and we'll move to our consent items. Today's consent items on the agenda are items 1 through 11, and we'll open this up to public comment. Okay, and moving right along, are there any committee members that would like to pull items 1 through 11? I'd welcome a motion.
Move to approve.
And got a motion to approve and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving right along to our non-consent items. Oh, actually, we have another public comment. Or non-consent. Now's the time to speak on anything on the agenda. Okay, and moving along. Okay, item number 12. I will move the floor over to Mr. Solomon.
You can read it
Oh, do we have to?
first. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Solomon, we're going to have a discussion about directing staff to draft an ordinance or resolution requiring written justification for any future fee adjustments. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I guess before I make a motion, maybe I'll let somebody else make the motion, but I just wanted to give an update what this is about, and all the council members have all been notified, but whenever we have a fee adjustments every year, we request and ask the staff about why the fees are going to be adjusted, and they're awesome about getting the responses to us, and it's usually never an issue. So really all I want to do is just make sure that moving forward, whenever those fee adjustments or fee increases come to the City Council, that they have a written justification as to why, and nothing extraordinary has to be a part of it. If it's, the cost of personnel or the cost of a gear or equipment, whatever the case may be. But if we at least have that justification in with the request, that will be very good for the City Council so that we can answer to the taxpayers as to why a fee had to be changed. We know that why. When we know that why, and it comes from the staff and it's written down, it creates clarity and makes sure that everybody's on the same page. So, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Laurenti, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'd like to direct the question to any of the staff that's here, and this is open to any of them to chime in on this particular item. My only concern is there something we're running against as far as resolution or ordinance that we've authorized staff to approve certain things up to certain amounts? I know that's usually spending. It's not usually fee adjustments or increases, but so I just wanted to open that up to any staff here today, or Wade as well, if you can weigh in on that. And of course, I also want to open it to staff as far as process for them, how that will work for them from a process standpoint, and is it feasible or not. If I could get some input from them, that would be great as well. So Wade, if you would, please.
Sure, I can speak to the delegation. By city ordinance, the council is delegated to department directors and the mayor or whoever they might, whether it's acting or who they might designate, the power to contract and make purchases up to basically the bid limit. So if we would have to bid something, whether it's widgets or supplies, if it's the bid limit for that is $25,000. So whenever you would want to make a purchase that's under that, the department directors can authorize that. It's $50,000 for some other things. So that's been delegated to the department directors or their designee. As far as setting of the fees, that's generally done by the council. And a lot of the language in the various ordinances where a fee is called for, it'll say in an amount as set by the common council. And so staff doesn't generally set fees. That's generally done by the council.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that we've delegated at this point to staff where we're going to require this and it kind of runs up against that. So from what I'm hearing from you is that that is not the case, so. Okay. And I guess I'm still leaving it open for any staff members. If they want to chime in, that would be great too. So thank you.
Let's go to our
Pauline.
finance officer.
Thank you. I just want to clarify on those contracts, only the department directors can sign them. There is no authority for designee in their stead to do so. Fusion, because we've sent stuff back because the wrong person has signed it.
Okay, very good. And in general, I do support it. I think, you know, to Mr. Solomon's statement about fee adjustments or fee increases, I think we generally ask for some sort of justification whenever they've been brought to the council. So I do support it. I think it's something that, you know, we would want to see on kind of the summary of the item. Generally on when it's put on the agenda, we're kind of looking for that. So I do, I'm not sure whether it should be a resolution or an ordinance, but I do support it. I yield.
Okay. Let's go to our community development. Mr. Young, you have the floor.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think this is perfectly reasonable, and I support it. No problem.
Great. And Ms. Sumption?
Thank you. From my perspective, I'm the one that collects all the information, and I don't think that an ordinance or resolution is needed to actually require it to happen. I think we can just make it part of this is what we're doing going forward.
Rather just a policy? Okay. We can discuss it a little more when we have everybody. Okay. Mr. Solomon, you have the final word.
So, Madam Chair, for the sake of discussion with the rest of the council, I will move to make a motion. I will make a motion to move this item to City Council without recommendation for further discussion. And if I can get a second to retain the floor.
Great. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
If I could retain the floor before we move on. So, obviously, we could set a policy or do something. My guess is maybe we'll aim towards a resolution, just so that it's continuous, you know, that there's no, you know, in 3 years, we could forget all about it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And so this is really just protecting that aspect. This city council's done a good job of asking those questions, and this staff has done a good job of providing that information. And so it's just making sure that we put in writing what we already do, so that it's very clear moving forward. So we'll have this discussion a little bit more on Monday night. If anybody else has things to say, that'll be a great time to chime in. So with that, I yield.
I agree with what you're saying, and I thank you to all the staff for weighing in on this, and we'll just continue this to our next city council meeting on Monday, the 7th. Okay, anything else? Okay. We did. Oh, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Okay, moving to the community development portion, item number 13, introduction and first reading of ordinance number 6264, an ordinance to amend chapter 15.14 of the Rapid City Municipal Code to adopt the 2018 International Property Maintenance Code. I'd welcome a motion. Oh, wait, we have a comment from Mr. Solomon.
Thank you. May I direct a question to our Community Development Director, Ken Young?
Mr. Young?
Ken, do you just want to give us a brief overview of the pre-work you've done on this in terms of getting input from the building and community developers, those sorts of things? I know you've done some things on this, so can you just give us an update on that?
Yeah, so this has been an effort that we've been working on through this last year. There's been a lot of public interaction and an effort to upgrade our codes to the most recent, the international codes, excuse me. I would like to actually turn some time over to Brad Solon, our building division manager, and he can maybe review that a little bit in more detail.
Hi, Brad. So you want to give an update on what you've done so far?
Happy New Year. I'm Brad from Building Services. The chairman of the building board here too. If you wanted to ask him a question, you sure could. In the spring, March, we started working on getting the new additions ordinances for the new additions to be adopted. And they worked on them for 7 months or so, and also had 4 open houses to invited anybody who wanted to come to have a comment. We got some comments. Those comments were taken back to the board. The board actually made some changes to their original recommendations. Those recommendations are included here. And so, yeah, I think all the legwork and staff work and the board work is all done with these.
Okay, well, very good. I just want to thank the staff for providing that input well before it comes to city council so that you can iron out some of the details. So it's a lot cleaner for us to make approvals on. So thank you. Thank you for the update. I yield.
Okay, I'd welcome a motion. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, and motion passes. Okay, moving to number 14, introduction and first reading of ordinance number 6266, an ordinance to amend chapter 15.22 of the Rapid City Municipal Code to adopt the 2018 International Fuel Gas Code.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Number 15, introduction and first reading of ordinance number 6270, an ordinance to amend chapter 15.13 of the Rapid City Municipal Code to adopt the 2018 International Residential Code. I'd welcome a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 16, introduction and first reading of ordinance number 6285, an ordinance to amend chapter 15.12 of the Rapid City Municipal Code to adopt the 2018 International Building Code.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and last but not least, number 17, our second reading and recommendation of ordinance number 6291, an ordinance amendment to update the requirements for private garages by amending section 17.04.1315, as well as 17.08.030J, as well as 17.10.030N and 17.38.030L of the Rapid City Municipal Code. I welcome a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. We have a motion to adjourn in a second. Okay. Also, we have our Public Works meeting that will immediately follow this meeting due to the January 1st holiday. And there's a City Council meeting this Monday, January 7th at 6:30 in these chambers. I welcome the public to attend our sessions. Thank you, everybody.